extremely successful, and indeed more so than we thought, and even more so after, of course, what happened in June, which is Brexit. The surprise for us was what seems to happen is World Trade Center is the biggest emblematic known trade organization for commerce in the world, bar none. And as I was explaining in the speech on stage, 750,000 companies are members worldwide of the World Trade Center Association. Now, what that means is those companies intertrade, but they also all know about the World Trade Center. Go to Asia, and of course it's small cities, and those cities are based on trade. Remember, the whole World Trade Center concept is prosperity and peace through trade, something that was never questioned until very recently, and now suddenly is questioned, but of course we hope will not be questioned, because countries do want to bond with each other, they do want to work with each other. Now what that means is bringing that to Gibraltar, and it was a challenge initially to get the World Trade Center Association to accept Gibraltar as a member, but that was agreed in Beijing, the Beijing Congress of the World Trade Center Association in 2010, and then we had to build the World Trade Center. And then when we were building it, we had Brexit. And yet, here's a shock. If many people are leased and others are going through the process, if everyone signs on the dotted line with something like 97% let, but it's more than that, we're actually turning away many companies because what we have left now is not big enough for what they want. We perhaps have certain sizes and they want different sizes, but they want it together. So therefore it shows you that there was a tremendous amount of demand, but people love the World Trade Center. And I was explaining today that 25% plus of the companies in here are from outside of Gibraltar. In fact, 25% of our size, our total space, they've come into Gibraltar because of the World Trade Center.
So, as the Chief Minister mentioned there, you approached him shortly after they won the election back in 2011, and you had a long list of why this wasn't going to be possible, but you strived to have a World Trade Center in Gibraltar. Why did you feel the need to have it here?
Well, World Trade Center is based on trade. So you wouldn't need a World Trade Center in a place where there was little trade, outside of that. In other words, where it worked with itself only. Gibraltar is an outward-looking area location. We trade with other places. Many of the jobs here relate to the UK, for example, or other countries like Asia. Look at the people you have working here. And look at the industries, the businesses, whether they be wealth, gaming, insurance, they're all international trade. So more than anywhere, that's the irony, Gibraltar should be right at the top of the list for World Trade Center Association status, because so much of its economy is based on trade.
And you mentioned there, Brexit happened while this building was being constructed. The idea of the World Trade Center, of course, in Gibraltar came before the Brexit vote. Is that going to be a factor?
Well, the question was, people were asking us that. And I would say in the first 2 to 3 weeks, yes, you would say it was a factor. And then people thought, well, businesses thought, actually, I could see some advantages even with it. There'll be certain relaxations. We do see that Gibraltar may be able to offer us advantages. We will go there after all. Or there were new people that came in. So I'd have to say a degree of uncertainty at first, followed by a fairly rapid move in. And there you have it. Not what you would necessarily predict for Brexit, but that's what happened.